All right, let's continue on with our look at the syllabus with the course policies and resources. The first thing you'll see here is that there are a set of very important speech video recording rules. I'm going to go over these rules in an upcoming video in a module in week 2. So I won't talk very extensively about them here. Just know that if you don't follow these rules, I reserve the right to fail you on that speech. So that's why these are all very important rules for speech 1, speech 2, and speech 3 for all 3 major speeches. But I will point out that a live audience that's physically present in the room is required for all 3 of your major speeches. So you need to find 2 people who can be in the room with you when you record your speeches. That is a must. It is a mandatory requirement, no exceptions. If you send a speech in with one person, with no people, with an online audience that isn't physically in the room, you will get a 0 on the speech. So if you can't meet this requirement, this audience requirement, I recommend you drop this class and sign up for a face-to-face class, which will come with its own audience of your classmates. I'll go over these rules, as I said, later in a later video, but you can read them here in the syllabus. I want to talk for a moment about academic integrity. Basically, this is about cheating. Yeah, don't cheat. Plagiarism, cheating, use of artificial intelligence to compose your speech or to do your research beyond the initial phases will lead to some major problems in here. So first thing you want to know is that you should not plagiarize. You need to use citation. We'll be using MLA Association, Modern Language Association citation style in your speeches. We'll talk a little bit about that. There'll be some links to resources that can help you do that. And in your speeches, in your presentations, you'll need to orally cite the sources of your information. Other types of cheating include buying papers online or speech text online, copying texts from several different websites and piecing them together without attribution, turning in work you have generated in a previous class. So if you have a English composition class and you have a persuasive essay that you turned in for that class, you can't use it for this class. Do all original work for this class. Also, if you turn in someone else's work as your own, if you look up answers on quizzes, all of those are examples of plagiarism and cheating. And know that I'll run your speech outlines through anti-plagiarism detection software, AI detection software as well, called turnitin.com. And this will help me know if you're sort of copy-pasting content from internet sources. And I will investigate and follow through with any suspected cases of plagiarism or cheating. So a good rule to follow, cite your sources. And if you're uncertain about citing sources, you can consult me. There's tutors in the Writing Center, and there are librarians in the library that can help you. As far as LLMs, large language models, artificial intelligence, things like ChatGPT, don't use them. That's what I recommend. It's not necessary for the kind of work that I'm asking you to do, and it poses significant risks if you are using it. And of course, it tempts you to kind of cheat and go overboard in asking it to do more of your work than you should. I also don't recommend that you use Grammarly. This is not a grammar-heavy class. You'll see in the outline rubric that a very, very small portion of your grade comes from grammar. I'm not really concerned about writing mechanics. I just need to be able, it just needs to be legible, right? So I'm not teaching grammar. I'm not grading grammar. I just need to be able to read your outlines within some reason. So anything that's going to significantly alter the style, sentence structure, and voice of your writing, like Grammarly does, it goes overboard. It does more work than I would prefer. Should just be avoided, and if you do use it, you could potentially be flagged and bring some unwanted scrutiny to your work. So just recommend don't use it. While ChatGPT or something like that can serve as a good starting point, as a quick reference, kind of like your first Google search to just see what's out there, and it can help guide you and send you in a direction. It should be a starting point. It should not be the ending point. and it itself is not a credible source of information, and it should not be used to support your academic claims and your academic work due to its tendency to fabricate any information. So if you find out a fact or a claim or piece of information from ChatGPT, you need to verify it with a reliable source that you cite, and I need to be able to access that source. So you'll need to be able to share it with me if I come asking about it. So do not copy, transcribe, or paraphrase from AI-produced information. Write in your own voice in this class and support your speeches with paraphrasing and quotes from credible primary and secondary sources that you cite. There will be modules coming around, I believe, week 7 that will talk about how to do good research, how to evaluate the credibility of your sources, and also some ethical guidelines for the use of artificial intelligence. So please pay attention in the second speech unit when we talk about researching in this class. If you're using ChatGPT beyond the initial stages of research, you will receive a 0 on both the outline and the presentation. So quite a big deduction from your grade. And if it's flagrant use of AI to cheat, I also might have cause to fail you for the entire course. I'm available to guide you on appropriate use of AI. There'll be another couple videos about this and to help prevent academic dishonesty. If in doubt, please just reach out. Using AI to generate speech content or failing to cite your sources properly in MLA format will result in significant grade deductions, potential loss of your entire grade in the course, failure in the course, and potentially student code of conduct violations. Please read the policy for student code of conduct violations at this link. This objectionable materials is just saying that, we're going to talk about potentially controversial topics. I expect you to have an adult university mindset and that we will engage open-mindedly and open inquiry in a civil fashion. That said, I'm responsible for maintaining a classroom that everybody feels comfortable and everybody feels they have equal access to. So hate speech, racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, ageist, classist language won't be tolerated. It's disruptive, it's hostile, and it interferes with other people's education. So I will address it case by case in an appropriate manner. But use your best judgment and speak in a way that's invitational rather than hostile. If you need accommodations, I'm required by law to accommodate you, but you are required to go through DRC to ask for those accommodations. You can find the link to DRC here. We have tutors, free. I mean, you pay for them, but they're free, and you can access them. In particular, in the Centers for Academic Success, there's communication centers which have students who have passed this class, who know these assignments, and they can help you with any part of the speech process. You can find information about tutoring here. There's also online tutoring you can access through the link, and as well as a link in our Canvas page. CSN libraries are super important. Use the online website for the library to access the online databases to help you find topics and supporting materials for your speeches. A good way to avoid the temptation and the possibility of being accused for cheating for something like AI would be to just use sources from the CSN library. AI cannot do that. Use a book, use a journal. And CSN has librarians who sit in the library, so you can go into the library and talk to them, and they'll help you with your research and your projects. There are also online librarians that you could chat with through the CSN website that you see here. Make sure that you know what degree you are getting, declare a major, and make sure you're on the right track. So be sure to see a success coach or an advisor. You can find information there. If you need help, you're hungry, you are having mental distress, we have some help for you on campus, as well as there's an emergency fund if you need some money, like to pay your rent in an emergency. You can find information about that here, or you can reach out to me and I can provide some of that information. You have counseling and psychological services as well available to you. If you're experiencing any harassment or discrimination, we have a coordinator on campus the information for that person is listed here, and they will open up a case and investigate, and they will do their best to protect your identity as well while rectifying the situation. Same thing for pregnant students. If you're pregnant and you are not getting accommodations, that is also a type of discrimination, and you can reach out to the Title IX coordinator. Their information, again, is up here. I'm a member and ally of the LGBTQ community, and so if you would like to talk about any issues dealing with sexuality, gender, identity, gender expression, you may come talk to me. I am a mandatory reporter, so if you are experiencing harassment or discrimination and you tell me about it and it's occurring at CSN, I'm required to go to the Title IX, who will then reach out to you and make sure that you are safe and try to rectify the situation while protecting your identity. Make sure you complete an assignment this week. We have ghost students who are gaming financial aid, and so all students in an online class need to complete, I would say, like that fun fact or the syllabus quiz. Complete that by this Sunday, because anybody who doesn't complete one of those assignments, I'm going to send your name in to potentially be automatically dropped. This is our withdrawal policy, which you can read about more here. But you'll be fine either by contacting me directly or by completing one of the 2 assignments for this week. If you have any complaints about this class or about me, the next step up is the Department of Communication. You could talk to the department chair of the Department of Communication. Don't go to the chancellor. Don't go to the college president just yet. Go the next rung up, which would be the department chair, then the dean, and then CSN administration. No need to go to the system chancellor. If you cannot resolve your issue with me first, that is, you try to resolve it with me first, the next step up would be the Department of Communication. There's some important dates you should know about: drop dates, when you can get a refund, when you can drop without a refund, and then when the dropping stops. And you can download this document and find a link to all of those dates there. And the syllabus and schedule are subject to change with some advanced notice. I'll let you know if I need to change anything. Thank you very much. Make sure you download and read this document.